Great day to be alive. Great day to be alive. I want to emphasize the importance of taking action on a day-to-day basis. First of all, great day to be alive. I want to improve, right? That's what we're here to do is to get better every day. And if you want to be in this space, you got to put yourself in a position of stretching yourself, right? Doing things outside of your comfort zone, regardless of outside circumstances, regardless of any excuse that you could come up with. Just go ahead and continue taking action. So, first thing I want to do is make sure to provide value. A lot of times I've put myself into the habit of getting straight to the point, right? So I do this when it comes to women, when it comes to meeting people in the marketplace from a networking perspective. A lot of times I forget about the importance of warming up the lead before dancing, if you will, right? A lot of times, like I said, I like to get straight to the point. I'll keep it on the analogy of me meeting women, right? So when it comes to meeting women, I've made the mistake of instead of actually getting to know them and building a relationship, I like to get straight to the point. I believe that everything like the real person comes out once you actually closed, if you will, right? So with that being said, I've been learning that it's more important to provide value, and I've relating this to content creation, I get straight to the point, and that does not work in the social media space. When it comes to social media, you definitely got to make sure to provide value before asking for something in return. That's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to provide a little bit of value. If you guys like this, if you find this helpful, make sure to share this video to someone else that could actually use it for their benefit. And that's a lesson that I learned as well. I'm going to go ahead and share with you exactly what I learned from someone else, and hopefully you could apply it. Notice how I said share. I didn't say like, share, comment, subscribe. Why do I share this? It's because I just learned from somebody else that, and I'm going to give credit to this person, by the way. I'm just not going to do it right now. I'm not going to do it right now. But he said that it's super important to just give them one call to action. You got to make up your mind in terms of what is it that you want them to do versus having them make up their mind for you, right? So if you want them to leave a comment, let that be the only call to action. If you want them to hit the link in the bio, let that be the only call to action. If you want them to share, let that be the only call to action. Don't sit here and tell them like, share, subscribe. You're trying to do everything at once. Be patient with it, bro. I swear to God, it's going to work out. So, with that being said, make sure to share this video. With that being said, first thing that I want to mention is post content daily checklist. All right. I'm gonna have to buy some more Expo pens because I don't think that looks nearly as good as I'd like for it to. Damn, I need to get some better pen. All right. So that says post content daily. All right. That's a checklist. We're gonna go with right. So who? Yourself. You want to make sure that you're posting content daily, right? Pretty self-explanatory. I don't know if you guys could see that clear. Mm, hold up. A little bit better. I'll have to buy some other dry erase markers. Um, what do you want to post? Give until they ask. Now, Why do I talk about this? Is because I've done the complete opposite. I'm a big believer in sharing from a position of failure, right? Too many of us want to only share when we've succeeded, when we've made it to the top. There's a lot of us that haven't taken action because we don't feel like we have the credibility to actually communicate to an audience, or we do the complete opposite and we lean heavy into faking it until you make it. Me, I keep it as stacked as I possibly can. And these are lessons that I'm learning, right? So give until they ask. I've done the complete opposite. I've continued to ask. I've literally asked uncontrollably, right? And I haven't gotten no results. So now I'm going to take a different approach and begin providing value as much as I can. I know I have the solutions for a lot of local businesses. I know I have the solutions for a lot of entrepreneurs and influencers. I've also taken the approach of giving access to some of the influencers in the space to some software that would be help them be more efficient when it comes to content creation, posting on multiple platforms at once, being able to grow and get their brand out there at scale. But a lot of times I realize that when you give information out for free, when you give access to information out or software for free, people don't take advantage of it. So what you do is just provide as much value to individuals as possible, and then the right people will stick, and the right people will come and ask you, "Hey, how can I pay you?" In fact, I literally had somebody recently ask me, "I'd like to be your client." They mentioned they'd like to be my client, which was awesome. I've never had somebody say that to me, but is because I've been providing value, and it wasn't even directly to him. I've been providing value to a lot of other people within the network, and in having this conversation, I was not even knowing I was answering a lot of questions that he had in mind, and whether he knew how to do it or not, he doesn't have the time to do it. So he was like, "Dude, we got to follow up on a call. I'd like to be one of your clients." I was like, "Holy shit!" So this stuff works. Where, right? So any media platform. All right. This is a mistake that I've made, and I'm still making it. A lot of us make the mistake of thinking that we have to be omnipresent, but if you aren't producing quality content on one platform, what makes you think that it's going to be quality on the other platforms? You want to be omnipresent with quality. I've made the mistake of being omnipresent without quality. And when I mean quality, I want to make sure that we define what quality is. Don't get style, don't get appearance, don't get lifestyle confused with quality. Value is value. If you're helping somebody, if you could help somebody's business actually grow, that's value. Don't get hung up on thinking that you have to have all the outside appearance or accolades or whatnot to actually provide value to somebody. All right. That's one thing that I want to make sure to emphasize. And if at the very least, if the one thing that you can get from me in this video is, you know what, compare yourself to me in the sense that if you have more value to give and you're not doing it, judge me. I strongly advise you to judge me, but use that judgment as leverage for you to take action. Because I know of a lot of people that have more value to give than I do. They have the lifestyle, they have the cars, they have the bitches, they have all that cool stuff, but they fear the stuff that they shouldn't, right? They fear being in front of a camera. They fear what other people are going to think. So if at the very least you could take this away from me, take the fact that I don't have all of this stuff and I'm still willing to put myself out there. So you better too. Do not hesitate. Start creating content and start providing value. So we're gonna go ahead and quick review what we've talked about so far. We've talked about who, right? Posting content daily. Who? You're gonna be posting content daily. And I got some tools for you to have access to that could help you be more efficient when it comes to posting on a daily basis. But I'm not going to give that away to you right now because right now I'm in the giving phase. In fact, if you want access to it, just go ahead and comment below and let me know that you want access to software. Just go ahead and comment software is lit. Software is lit. Go ahead and comment that, and I'll know that you're someone that I'll reach out to personally. Because this is going to be posted on YouTube, there's not going to be a way for me to directly, um, there's not going to be a way for me to directly get your contact information. So what I'll do is I'll think something up. But go ahead and comment below so I know it's you, and then I'll figure out a way to get a hold of you, and I will figure out a way. What? Right? You want to give until they ask. I kind of started to break that rule right there. There's something inside of me that likes to keep it a stack and just kind of break. Like I have to communicate what's in my head. I don't like to beat around the bushes. I don't like to kind of, like if I have an intent, I like to share that intent. But there's so much value in actually giving without asking and waiting for the individual to ask you, what's up? Where? And I know that from watching somebody else that actually applied this and it's helped drastically. Like their business is booming and they're very credible in this space. They're good examples. Like I look up to this person. And yeah, so we're going to start taking that approach. Where? Any media platform. So when it comes to, uh, you could choose one. I have access to software that would allow you to not really focus on that. So you could still technically post on one piece of software and it's going to automatically distribute it to Facebook, LinkedIn. Right now, we're working a partnership with Twitter again, the third party connection with Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. You're going to be able to actually post on one platform and it's going to distribute it to these other platforms. But for now, just focus on one avatar. Focus on growing one avatar, becoming good so that you get the credibility from one place and then be more confident distributing it in other places. All right. All right. So to whom? People who already follow. All right. So right now, if you don't have a following, that's okay. Everybody starts at zero. Remember that. Gary Vaynerchuk, Alex Hormozy, Fresh and Fit. I mean, you name it, man. Tony Robbins, any of the gurus online, they started at zero. Some of them grew a lot quicker than others, but they all started at zero, right? So you can't make a decision based on the results of somebody else. You don't have context. In this world, I believe that most of us have what's called a Hollywood mentality. And to me, what a Hollywood mentality is, we trick ourselves into thinking that the end result of somebody's success was done overnight. We forget about the camera, the action that it took in order to become that great. We forget about the process. We forget about the amount of times it took for them to do it over and over and over before they had the credibility. One of my favorite examples actually is Gary Vaynerchuk, and I respect him of most creators because he actually puts out content of when he started. It's documented. Like he actually has that, and you can see the difference, right? You can see the difference, but he believed in himself from day one. So I strongly encourage you to and this is something I learned from somebody recently, is like, yo, you got to realize, bro, you may as well go all in right now if you don't have an audience. Like, if motherfuckers ain't listening to you, then this is the opportunity to hone your skill and to get as good as possible. You don't even have an audience. Now, granted, there's going to be a little more pressure once you do have an audience, but at the end of the day, by the time you have an audience, it's because you're actually providing value. One thing that I learned is the market decides. Remember that. The market decides. Every time it's going to be the market. The market is the one that's going to determine if you're providing value or not. It's not how smart you think you are. It's not how educated you think you are, all the degrees and all that. The market is the one that decides how valuable you are. Meaning, even in corporate America, You can have all these documents and papers saying that you have a degree and all this, but if you're not making the money, the market obviously is telling you that you're not worth what that paper says you could be worth. The market decides what you're worth. Now, we can get all philosophical and we could talk about human belief and how everybody's equal and all that. Now, I do get it from a human perspective. We're all extremely valuable. But when it comes to business, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to bringing value to the world and society and the economy, the market decides, especially content creation and following, specifically on this term. So when, I'm actually gonna go ahead and damn, I had this. You know what's crazy? You know that analogy about fishes? They grow relative to the space they're in. Like I did not have to use all this board, but I ended up using it. All right. So if you didn't write this down, take a screenshot, record it, and you missed that. All right. I'm gonna come back tomorrow with some better stuff. All right. So where, when? Every morning, every morning. So look, I'm gonna say something that should alleviate a lot of pressure from you guys. First of all, if you want to create content, you don't have to do it every day. Number one, you can have a day that you create a ton of content and then schedule it out. Mind blowing. A lot of people don't know that. In fact, I strongly recommend that you take a couple days in advance and have a bunch of content already created because what it does, it gives you the ability to have bullets in the chamber, if you will, for the days that you don't feel like creating, right? So there's going to be days that you're not in the mood. There's going to be days that your mind is not there from a content creation perspective. Your energy may not be right there. Your whatever the case may be. At the very least, you have the content stored and you can schedule it out. So regardless of what's going on in your day to day, you can still remain that consistency. The other thing is some people actually want to have a life. Some people actually do this for the sake of being able to live um, different than what they've been trained to live. Meaning, you don't have to go to work every day. If you actually take care of all of your recordings on a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you schedule it out. Now you have the rest of the week to do some other business activities or travel or whatever it is that you want to do. So make sure that you post every morning, but you can schedule it out. Create the content in advance and then schedule it out. For example, one of my channels, I have content that's going to be going out for the next 7 days. I'm here, but the content is still being distributed. I'm here. I also have a piece of software that allows you to do what's called a recurrent post. So every 5 days, every 10 days, every 15 days, every 20 days, that same piece of content is going to be posted again. And some people are like, oh, that's not going to make my Instagram page look cool. And that's not going to make my, bruh, you focus on the wrong things. Right now, we're talking about growth. You're talking about appearance. So, but anyway, if you want access to that, make sure to comment in the comment section below. Just let me know software is lit. Just write the words software is lit, and then I'll go ahead and hook it up for you. Every morning. Why? Build good will. This is a mistake that I've made over the last shit, man. I don't know how long, but it's been a long time. I literally have been, my why has been money. In the past, it's been money. This is the reason money, 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 money. Why am I posting content? Because I want to sell you something. I want you to buy my stuff. That's literally the reason why I've been posting content. But if you don't take the time to educate yourself, if you don't take the time to take action, if you're not taking action, you're never going to actually learn. Meaning, I failed, but the reason I know I failed is because I'm taking action. There's about 85+% of people that they fail, but not because of action. They fail because of a lack of action. They never have the opportunity to pivot because they're not taking action. See, me, I've been failing, but I've been failing forward. Every day I'm failing, but I'm failing forward. Every day I'm failing, but I'm failing forward. So the only reason I'm able to do this right here, right now, is because I've been failing for the last 10 fucking years. Right? So I've been failing for so long, but I won't stop. I won't stop. And because I haven't stopped, it's put me in a position of A, being able to pivot, adjust, and continue moving forward. Now, does that mean that I'm not going to fail tomorrow? No. But my failures are different than yours. You're failing because you're not taking action. I'm failing because I'm taking the wrong action, but because I take action, I could actually pivot, make an adjustment, and continue moving forward. And that's how you make progress. You don't make progress by not making mistakes. You don't, I'm gonna say that again. You don't make progress by not making mistakes. Why? We got how, right? So how? So we could do written, image, videos, and audio posts. So we could do written, video, audio, image. All right. You choose. Depending on your time, you may be living at home with your parents. You may not have to worry about a ton of bills. Take advantage of this, bro. Take advantage of that. But you may have a family right now. You may have a 9 to 5. You may have a family. You may have church. You may have a lot of stuff. So go ahead and choose one. Maybe it's writing. Maybe it's video. The good thing about video, and I'll say this is a hack. The good thing about video, and people don't realize this, is, I love the excuse that people give. I don't like to write. Okay, so stupid. If you don't like to write, create a video and then you could simply transcribe it into writing and have somebody edit it. Period. Now you have a video and you have something in written form. Oh, but I'm not an artist. I don't know how to create images. Well, idiot. Now we have Chat GPT. You could literally plug in a specific prompt and it's going to spit out an image for you. Or you could hire somebody on Fiverr and let them know, give them an idea of what is it that you want, and then pay somebody, right? Audio. Well, video takes care of audio and written. Some people say, yeah, but I don't want to be on camera. Well, who says that you have to post the content? If you are best by actually speaking, but you don't feel confident, you could simply record the video, hire somebody to pull that video apart and only post the written and audio side of it. Bro, you guys can be so creative, but you know what the problem is? The thing that I've learned is that we get so hung up on learning something and we think that's the only way to do it, right? So we learn something and we're like, okay, this is the only way. We forget to be creative. We forget to use our creative ability to think outside of the box. It's like, okay, I've been taught to do this. This is what I'm going to do. Forget about everything that I just learned. Forget about everything that I learned 5, 10, 15 years ago. Bro, you have to learn how to combine all of your lessons and be your own person. That's how you're going to grow. You're not going to make it with a blueprint. You're not going to make it with the 5 steps to success. You're not going to make it by following these 5 steps. The way that you're going to make it is by combining your life lessons, your creativity, your action taking. You're going to combine all of that, and it's going to make you the person that people have been missing. It's going to make you the person that you are supposed to be. The lessons in this world that you come across are meant for you to be your own person, not to follow somebody else's blueprint all the way to the end. You have to create. That's what we're here to do. We're creative geniuses. I'm winding down. I have a couple more points I want to touch up on. How much? So, how much? How much? And this is going to be a good point, right? So, how much? 100 minutes per day. All right, per day. I forget how to spell. So, 100 minutes per day. There's going to be some people that are literally going to create, they're going to do work for literally 100 minutes per day. Literally 100 minutes per day. They're not going to do any more or less than 100 minutes per day. And that's the shit I'm talking about. Is you're looking for an exact formula, an exact framework to be able to make it. Bro, you have to be creative. You have to be creative. Figure out a way and do more. Do more. Do more. Stop trying to follow the exact blueprint to be successful. If you really want to make it, you have to figure out a way. You have to break through obscurity. You have to break through the norm. You have to be creative. Use all the tools around you. Maximize these tools and do more. Do more. So for those of you that are looking for an exact blueprint, it's not going to be 100 minutes per day. You're going to need a lot more. It's just a good framework. It's just a good starting point for you to follow. And then after that, you figure it out. I'm going to let you be creative. So we got how many? How many times? Ooh, this is good right here. How many times? This is good. And I'm going to sell you something right now. Yeah, I'm going to sell you something. I'm going to sell you something. I'm going to sell you something because I want to. I'm trying to get that money. I'm trying to get this cake. And you should too. All right, so how many times? So a lot of people, they're not even aware of this. So how many times? Look, Grant Cardone said it best. And somebody that I know, which I'm gonna give credit to you, bro. His girlfriend paid for a consultation, and I knew who this. He didn't say the name, but based off how the guy was talking, I knew it was Grant Cardone. So this guy's wife paid for like a 10 to 20, I don't even know how much it cost, but like a consultation from Grant Cardone. That was her gift to him. And he compared the amount of times, he was like, pull up your social media accounts. He compared the amount of times that he posted relative to the guy that was getting the consultation. And he's like, look, dude, you only posted one time. I posted 10 times already. You know what I mean? I already posted 10 times. The day isn't even over. You only posted one time. Let's check your X account. You only posted one time last week? Bro, I already posted 50 times and it's been a couple days, right? So now these numbers aren't exact. I'm trying to give you an idea. The actual numbers, I don't know what they were. I don't remember. But the concept is true. Everything I'm saying is true. It's just the only thing is the numbers aren't. The amount of times they posted or whatever. I don't remember the details. But the point is that one person was maximizing the heck out of social media while somebody else was using it on an occasion, just kind of throwing something out, hoping it sticks. Bro, there's no rule for you. We have such a limited mindset, and it rolls over into our actions when it comes to using social media as a platform to grow. And what am I talking about? It's like what is stopping you from posting 100 times a day? What's stopping you from posting 150 times a day? Now, if you tell me time, okay, I get it. But what if I told you I have access to a piece of software that could allow you to post multiple times, well, I'm not going to say as many times as you want, but you get very creative, right? So you could have one piece of content, schedule it to be posted every day, right? You could also have it scheduled to go out every week, one time a week, as many times. So let's say, for example, you say once a week, you schedule it once a week, and then it's going to give you the option to choose what days of the week you want that post to go out. So you could make that same post go out 7 times a week at the same time. So that's 7 times that you're posting one piece of content on 4 to 5 different platforms. Automatically, we're talking software is doing this for you, bruh, bruh. And I'm gonna tell you right now, don't make an uneducated decision based off the way I communicate. All right, because you're shooting yourself in the foot. You see what I'm saying? That's the beauty about technology. See, you don't have to be so smart to make this thing work. And I actually encourage you, I encourage the people that have that excuse to like my video. And there's a reason for that, because this is why I do this. This is why I do this. You don't need to be super educated to use software to your advantage. And when it comes to writing, when it comes to uh, being able to be super grammar, like perfectly grammared and all that, I got you. I got you. I got all the tools you need. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Finishing up, this is my last point, is how long? As long as it takes. As long as it takes. So how long? As long as it takes. My final point that I'm going to talk about, and it connects to that, is how long, as long as it takes. Go ahead and take a screenshot of this. Make sure you keep this, write your own notes. There's a book that comes to mind. And this is why you need to do it as long as it takes. For those of you that read, you know exactly what book that is. Simon Sinek, Begin with the End in Mind. What is your why? Why are you doing this? You can't be doing this because you want to, you know, drink beer over the weekend. Because you could just work a job for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, begin with the end in mind. How long are you going to be doing this? How long are you going to be posting content? How long are you going to be documenting? How long are you going to be chasing this online dream? How long are you going to be educating yourself, reading, listening to audibles, going to conferences? How long? Bro, why did you start? I can't answer that question for you. You have to answer that question. Why? Because you know the reason you started. And if you don't keep this why in front of you, the world is going to distract you. That's what we call shiny object syndrome. And it's not that you are not going to accomplish your goals, it's that you're going to take a lot longer than you ought. You're going to take a lot longer than you ought because you're allowing IG models, you're allowing fake influencers, you're allowing ads, promos, you're allowing someone else's successes, whatever, however you spell that, you're allowing all of these things to distract you from your why. Why? Why are you doing that? Bro, put on your freaking blinders. These people made it because they stuck to their why. Everybody that you're being distracted by is distracting you because they stuck firm to their why. So if you allow your why to change based off somebody else's success, you fucked up. You fucked up. But it's okay. The only thing that's happening is you pretty much created a detour, an unnecessary detour when you could have skyrocketed to your success. All right. So with that being said, I believe in you. But if you don't believe in yourself, it doesn't matter. All right? I promise you, bro, nobody gives a fuck about you as much as you. Keep pushing, keep developing, and remember, we are one.